What is up, guys? Glenn Pop here, and this will be just a brief overview of a couple classes here. My Bulldog and my Amelie. These are involved in a couple strats here on this map. My Bulldog, you can see it, the advanced rifling extended mags, overkill, ASM with advanced rifling. I rock lightweight, fast hands, toughness, blast pressure, cloak, and smoke grenade. So there's that one. And then my Amelie, I don't have overkill just because, yeah, you don't really need it, in my opinion, because the LMG with stock and quick draw, this is actually really damn good. Thermal, stock, quick draw, 2 smokes, overclock, your standard perks. So let's get. Alright guys, starting off with your standard A push. That's what we do, you know, whenever we're playing a decent team, you know, and we don't have to put too much tactics involved into it. It's just a straight up gunfight type of strategy here. So you got two guys going A street right here. One guy's going medical. One guy's playing a passive mid, or a semi-aggressive mid, I should say. Right, and the two guys playing right here, just gonna hit A bomb right there. One's dashing, kind of baiting, right here. All right, so he's going, dashing to the bomb and just baiting the head camp. You gotta be wary about the green right here. Sometimes it depends. I'll either hit the bomb and play the head camp right there, or I'll dash to the left so I'm safe from green. The only time I ever get behind the bomb is so I can head camp it. So you got two guys doing that. It's just your standard, hey, bait and switch. One can stun in there, throw 2 stuns in green. One can throw 2 stuns A street. Standard push. Well, meanwhile, you have a guy in medical. He's hitting it, right? So he's going right here. He's just playing it. He doesn't have to rush it straight out, but he can hit it. And when he's pushing it, and you don't see anyone, just make sure there's nobody laying down in this room. It's happened to me a couple times. Make sure there's nobody laying down in that room, and then just kind of come up here and watch the green right there. And then from there, just kind of wait for your teammates' callouts and what gaps need to be filled. Meanwhile, we have another guy kind of playing a little mid-map right here with an AR. And just watch out behind anyone's school steps or behind school steps right there. And the reason why this guy is important is because if the guy medical calls out and he sees the guy medical, you should run, right? You should run away so the guy middle can just hop in the window and clean up the kill. You know what I mean? Unless you have a gunfight that you can win. If you go up here and you see, if you're not confident that you can win the gunfight, which is alright, just kind of back away so you can have the guy from mid pick him up. Just your standard A push. You get the bomb down, try taking over their spawn with a couple guys. Plant it where usually if you're gonna rush the bomb, plant it, you're gonna plant it behind, so you can see it from right there. Just a nice little campy spot to know in these bushes. Oops, in these bushes. Can't really be seen. But yeah, so after you plant the bomb, you're gonna want a couple guys in their spawn at least. So the guy that plants the bomb and one other person get to their spawn. Just play it right here. You can see a lot from up here, and you can put out some good callouts for your team. Also watching back green as well. You had the bomb down. There's no real specific bomb angles for the A bomb on this map. Unless you plant it here, you can see it at school steps, but that's just way too risky. Unless it's a situational play 1v1, whatnot. But yeah, it's just your standard A push. Alright guys, now this is where the thermal LMG comes into play. You see the class right there. Now you're gonna have one guy grabbing bomb. Whoever has the thermal LMG is coming up, pop the overclock. Make sure you have your knife out, you're on a lot faster. You get here, just chuck 2 smokes, bake them off that wall. Right, and the smokes come out. Fuck that one of them. But you just kind of strafe this right here, and you kill him on the street. Meanwhile, another guy is grabbing bomb, and he's just coming up, he's putting it down. Maybe on this side right here, so they can't really shoot you from green. Put it down right here, because the guy back here at the LMG, thermal LMG, he'll have your medical stairs. We call this medical, by the way, just because. Some teams call it blue, some teams call it hospital, we call it medical. But yeah, just kind of put it down right there. Meanwhile, one is, it's kind of the same setup. One guy's going medical, one guy's playing a semi-aggressive mid, helping the other guy in medical. It's just the only time you want to bust out the LMG right here is when you're playing a team with a solid ass A setup and you seem kind of stumped on what you should do. You know, so you just throw something weird at them, see if they can respond to it. Because sometimes on this map you will run into teams that have a solid A setup and you get stumped and you have no idea what to do. Just bust it out. It's a weird strat, and it will make your opponent be like, okay, wow, I don't know how to react to this. You just busted out a thermal LMG. These guys are nerds. But hey, that's all right, man. Whatever it takes to win the damn round. Alright guys, it's more of a passive A setup right here. So what's gonna be going on here is you're gonna have one guy just kind of camping these medical stairs or in these bushes or whatever, just watching a push. He's not, this guy is, you know, the team's not relying on this guy to make a play. He's just going in the gap, making sure his teammates can make plays. Meanwhile, you have another guy with this class right here, your sniping class, whichever sniping class you like to use. Well, I don't even have it out, but you'll just kind of play this, we call this yellow. Some teams call it hotel, we call it yellow. Some people call it post, whatever, we call it yellow. Just kind of playing yellow with a sniper. And you don't want to be straight on the doorway where you can see it from there. Either play the window where you can see green, or hug the left where you can see the street right here. And you'll do this because sometimes you'll play a team that has a sniper right here on this thing, and they'll just double jump the entire time. Watch A-bomb right there. That's when you both the sniper have to snipe that guy. So you're just really, you're waiting on those two players I just described are really filling gaps. And you have two players going mid and they're making the plays, right? So one's putting mid, doing the same thing he normally does, going medical. Or, you know, if it feels like a particular mid street. Well, the other one's going around the mid hardpoint crate. Make sure you pre-aim the school window as you're doing it. Just kind of pushing out, making plays. If you have mute, it's actually not a bad idea. Jump over this wall. See if you can get behind him. Check this corner right here as you go. And then you can get in their spawn that way and make plays that way. But this strat right here is very dependent on the two people in the middle making plays to get kills to get your team numbers. That way the guy in medical can push up and the guy that snipes in yellow can push up and get the bomb down. Here wouldn't be a bad idea to try to get it down, like right here. Right? Because you do have numbers and your team, you know, you get numbers and your team can watch you as you plant. So if you put it down in this corner right here, you can simply see the bomb from right here. I mean, you're going to have to kind of work this a little bit, and then to see it, you got to double jump. That's alright. There's not too many lines of sight. You could sit in school, but that's a little weird. You can't really see it from any angles and hear that too well. But yeah, it's more of a passive A push and relying on two guys in the middle to make the plays. If two guys in the middle die, you're almost screwed, but that's okay. I mean, sometimes you gotta trust your teammates, and you know Call of Duty, you can't succeed every time. It's just another strategy to throw at your opponents, just kind of throw them off a little bit. Damn, you know? Son. Because sometimes when you're playing a team and they say, okay, nobody rush to A, they're probably going B, and you're really just playing a passive B with a mid-map setup trying to make plays. Alright guys, the fourth and final offensive strategy we'll use is pretty much an all-out B rush. And you make sure you have a guy on your team with a thermal sniper. He's not grabbing bomb right away. Don't let this guy grab bomb. And he's just calling out the cross. See how many guys cross through school to garage. That's important knowledge that your teammates can know that they're pushing B. They say, okay, we'll have this many people to worry about as we're pushing into school. After you see that, don't go with your teammates. Just sit up here and watch the flank. You can see pretty much the entire flank from this angle right here. Just a little tidbit. If you're focusing too much on middle, so if you're just sitting here staring at the middle, right there by the mid hard point, then people coming out of medical can surprise you, and out of green street can surprise you. So make sure you're focusing. Your eyes are focusing on the green street when you can occasionally dash to the medical right there. You could watch from back here, but that's only watching a portion of the flank. Actually, a spot I've seen before that people use, which isn't even bad, someone just lays right here, and they'll sound whore anything coming this way, unless they have mute, but even then, this is just a weird spot to have to look to, you know what I mean? But, after he calls it the cross, and now he's watching the flank, you have teammates pushing up here with subs. You know, depending on how many of these he crossed, most of the time it's only one, and almost every time there will be one. You know, it's just challenge the guy straight up. It's a 3v1. If you guys lose a guy, you can always clean him up. It's not the biggest deal. Or if you want to play more methodically, just chuck some stuns out here. Oh, well, that didn't really... Just a little tidbit. If you do see him cross, you don't see him straight away, there's some corners you need to be wary of. Obviously, you don't see him here. Check right there. Go off, check right here. You don't see him. Check right there. You don't see him. Whatever. All right, then he's got to be maybe in this stairwell, not here. Check that corner right here. Check all this nonsense right there. Check this right here. Check this corner right here. It's just a big checking corners game whenever you're hitting B, because there's a lot of corners you can defend B from. But yeah. So, by the way, too, if you're hitting B, you shouldn't ever plant it right here where you can see it from green unless you think you can get it down. It's just, you don't want to be shot. Just get the bomb down. That's all you need to worry about. Is just getting the bomb down. And if you can get a guy pushed up in lockers, just chilling right here or something, that's really good. Maybe even get two. One guy jumps out and he's just watching the back spawn right here, and he can easily rotate to the middle. And you have the guy in the back watching the flank, just picking up stragglers across the map. That's pretty much your average B push. There's not too much creativity you can get with the B push. If you want, you can send a guy down this stairwell right here to go mid and push out mid. I don't recommend it too often, but sometimes it's necessary to just throw away your opponents. I mean, it's all situational. If you get that gut feeling that says, hey, I don't think this is going to work, so I'm going to break off and let my teammates know I'm going to be pushing mid right here, then you can do that. That's fine. You're still helping them, you know what I mean? Jump in through here, or you can just keep going. Get a kill right there. At that point, when you push the map, then you're pretty much designating yourself to make a play. So you're almost going to have to make the play, you know, or your teammates going to be pissed off at you. But hey, that's part of playing with confidence and whatnot. So, alright guys, let's get started off with our general setup at A for defense. If your guy likes to snipe, like I showed you before, just come up right here and then just keep doing these jumps just to watch the street. I don't necessarily recommend you to do that. I would just play these medical stairs right here. Just kind of lay down, peek it, lay down, peek it. Meanwhile, your second guy is right here watching the medical door. Kind of rotating back and forth, watching mid as well, watching the mid push as well. And this guy right here in the medical stairs, if he pops up and sees the guy, just kind of get back down. Let your teammate know so he can just pop out. When your teammate gets here, you pop up right there, and you're both going to team shoot whoever's back here. You're both going to, you know, it's so hard to kill two people at once. They can't ever, almost can never touch you. The only time is if you get bad timing and a guy pushes mid or medical as you're challenging this kid here. Doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. I'd say this is the most reliable setup right here for A. You only need a couple people to do it, and you can call it out pretty easily. And it's just a big baiting and switching game. And you'll frustrate a lot of other teams because this guy in medical, you just can't seem to kill him because he keeps using these stairs to his advantage. Meanwhile, so you have two guys A. One guy's kind of, he can push mid. I don't really recommend it because you're on the defense side of things. I would just come over here and just watch the mid push right here from the stairs. Head camp this thing. Rotate it back and forth right here. Watch that door. Meanwhile, you have a fourth guy. Spawns up. It's up to his discretion whether he'd like to hit B hard. But this is a corner that a lot of people don't check. And obviously you'd have a sub for this. But just come up here and sit in here. Play whatever corner you'd like to, really. This is my favorite one I like to use. Or if he's feeling confident, just go out and straight rush the thing, you know what I mean? Be weird, hop over the wall, come through stairwell, just freak him out. You know what I mean? That's just a general setup. I'd say I use it probably 60% of the time. It's reliable, it'll get the job done, and it's not too hard to execute. Alright guys, now on this part of the defensive side, this is more of like an all-out rush, right? For everyone on the team, it's an all-out rush. And the goal here is to pinch the enemy team from all angles, and then just bait and switch, take them out, trade from there, whatever, and just hit them from different angles. But you want two guys sending A street right here, just rushing this, and just straight going for the challenge. I mean, you see when you do this slide right here, you're coming past the bomb, do the slide. Hold on. Do the slide, do one hop, at the very end of your hop, do a double jump, and you're just coming out of up top right here, and you know no one's gonna expect anyone to be flying from the top of here and just shooting them. You know what I mean? You're gonna have two guys doing that. One guy is head camping this, Head camping the bomb for just a quick second and watching yellow. If you don't see anyone in yellow, push up with your teammate. The teammate that did the crazy jump, he didn't see anyone. Get into yellow, play yellow. This guy's pushing the A street right here, Met street right here. If you're doing this and they do end up sending a guy yellow and he gets there very quickly, the guy that's jumping out is almost certain to die. But that's okay because you can have this guy trade him right here. The head camp of the bomb. As long as you hit your bullets, you'll trade him. Most of the time you do the strat, you're betting they're not going to be yellow. But if they are yellow, it's not the end of the world. In a really hard, unexpected push. One guy's playing a semi-hard mid, which I showed you before. Just kind of coming up. Watching this ambulance right here, really. You could go all the way around and then get in the mid hard point. This is actually really advantageous to use in search because not a lot of people, I mean, people go here, but it's like you can rotate really quickly to other spots through it, and there's some weird corners that people just won't check, and you can also sound horn from here as well. Some guys hitting mid generally hard and could just be camping the mid hard point or hitting it wherever his teammates call out if he needs them quickly. And then the fourth guy, he's hitting B. You just flat out rush to B, spawn up, go through here, just here, flat out rush to B. Don't camp in the corners, you're just going right in. This is a time where you could use stim. I'm not a big fan of stim just because I think it's so cheap, but the fact of the matter is there's, you know, you can never really, you don't know who you're playing against in whatever match you're playing, and you don't know how credible they are, so even if you do come to an agreement and say no stim, you still never know. So it's always important to have a class for it. So many people use it, it's annoying to play against, and sometimes the only way to beat it is to use it yourself. So you and the goal here is to pinch him from all angles. Somebody is bound to see someone. Most of the time, the two guys at A, they'll encounter some people to, you know, get in gunfights with. Every now and then, the guy in middle, he'll say, yeah, they're doing a mid push, and every now and then, the guy in B will say, yeah, they're doing a B push. You'll figure out exactly what they're doing really quickly, and you rotate fast there. It's literally just an all-out rush mayhem. You have confidence in your gun skill. You're gonna get the kill. I'm the damn host. Yeah, so let's get on to the third and final. All right, guys, for the third and final defensive setup that we like to use, it's more of a mid push, and this is where the bulldog comes into play for one of the members of your team. So it's kind of like a standard A setup for two of the players in your team. One guy's camping in the middle of the stairs and just kind of baiting out some shots. The other guy, he's rushing right in here, getting his bulldog out and just laying in the doorway. You don't want to push it just because that's long range for bulldog to hit. Just lay right here, and you know you're gonna kill him up that combo. There's no contest. Meanwhile, you have two guys making plays in the middle, same thing. And this is just a way faster way to pinch. If you have two guys going middle, pinch from middle. You know, it's like you're betting that they're not going to go to B. You say, yeah, they're not going to go to B, and most of the time you're going to be right because teams generally prefer an A push on this map. So you're kind of betting they're going to go to A. Two guys just hitting mid hard. Like I said, just coming up, watching the ambulance. Got to be wary of that. Nobody here. Could get crazy jumping top of the hard point right here. You can see a whole bunch of shit. Sometimes there'll be someone up here watching the cross through school. But that's alright, you know, you can just come up here, outgun them really quick if you have an AR. And one guy could jump in medical, but I don't really recommend it. It's just you want two guys to pinch him from the back really quick. Right? And so, you know, the people who are back here will either challenge you. So let's say two people will either challenge you, and more often than not, you're going to win because you have the movement advantage, the element of surprise, and there's two of you. Or they're going to be scared, and they run into medical and try to push through our spawn. The thing is, they're going to run into a bulldog right here, and somebody preempting you right here on these med stairs. So this is a great strategy to use when you're 100% certain they're going to go to A. And yeah, that should do it for our third and final setup for D. All right, it's important to note, guys, as well that, you know, all these plays are situational, and you don't ever have to stick to these strats by the book. You can look at these strats and kind of implement your own strategies into them as well to make them your own, and just kind of build upon them, you know, because that's what you gotta do in everything in life, you know what I mean? Just take information from a whole bunch of different sources and add on some of it to your own, put it all together just so you can have one thing that you like to do. That's what I did to get all these strats. I took information from everyone else, kind of put it all together, put my own input into it, and then from here, that's where I get my personal search and destroy strategies that I like to use. None of these have to be, you know, you don't have to stick to any of these by the book or nothing like that. Like I said, if you have a gut feeling that tells you to do something, to hit something quickly, and you know, you should follow it. That's your gut feeling. On this map, there's not too many lines of sight that you should be aware of, other than from top CTF Atlas to school. Yeah, there's no really bomb plant sites that you can see. The best one on this map is if you can get it down at B, right there, and a great spot to see it from. Be in a green corner right here, in the green corner. Peeking out, nope. Peeking out, nope. And if it's like a 3v1, 2v1, you can get down there. Or if it's a 1v2, and you are pretty much out of ideas on what you can do. Get the bomb down here, you know what I mean? And then just find a way to get to that green spot. If it takes 20 seconds, it takes 20 seconds, but you're betting they're not going to hop right in the bomb. Yeah, that could be more of a risky plant, but sometimes you have to be risky to get a nice reward out of it. You know, 1v2, 1v3 situation. But other than that, guys, that should wrap up the video. I appreciate you know, watching it. If you liked it, leave a like, a comment, or a subscription. It all helps. And yeah, YouTube, I will see you.